Sports Show. We're nearly into the last quarter. Well, in fact, we are into the last quarter. So, a couple of tricky ones for you, mate. I want to ask you about this. There's been a fair bit said about the weekend. Of course, 63 free kicks awarded between the Hawthorn-Brisbane game down in Launceston. Thoughts?
Two of them were the worst free kicks I've ever seen in AFL.
Yep.
And I don't say that lightly. I mean it. They were the worst free kicks I've ever seen paid. One free kick that was paid, there wouldn't be a footballer alive today that would believe what they saw. When the player coming back off the boundary line, just coming back, like they always do, the midfielders are all around and they're all doing this to each other and all that. When the guy came back over the boundary line, his opponent waited for him.
Gave him a little nudge.
Gave him a little, and the umpire paid a free kick. Now, that's almost flick-it-off time. 63 frees were paid in that game.
Yep.
One of the journos, I'm not sure which show it was, one of the Fox shows, actually watched it and counted the number of free kicks that he thought should have been paid in that game, and it came to 28. Not 63, 28. So mate, where's this coming from?
Well, that's my question for you. I don't think we can blame the umpires.
No, I don't blame
because they're following instructions. Here's the rules. This is what we want you to do. However, I think our game has to have had more rule changes in the last 5 years than any other code in the world.
That's right.
So we've got a unique game. Everybody loves it.
That's right.
And we keep messing with it. I think it's time to go, you know what? Catch our breath, get a couple out. The stand rule, that can be gone. The distension rule, that one can be gone. What about if you abuse the referee?
50 metres, mate.
So you're happy with that one?
That's no problem with that.
The waving?
That's always been the same.
The waving?
But this business, what did I do?
Yeah.
Which is what the guy said. What did I do? And the umpire went, come with me, 50 metres. Took him back, and it's a goal.
Yep.
It's a goal.
Oh, if you give 50 metres now in the AFL, those guys can all kick it from
it's
there.
A goal.
So,
it's a goal.
Yeah.
And so the crime doesn't fit the punishment, or the punishment doesn't fit the crime, I should say. It's ridiculous what they're doing. And whoever's brought this up, look, I'm not a great fan of the introducing the old woke into AFL football, because AFL football is a unique game. It is a tough, physical, hard, throw him on the ground game.
Yep.
And it always has been. Get dirty.
Yep.
Get a few scratches on you and whatever. It's a tough game. You don't want to play it, go and buy a tennis racket and go and play tennis.
So we're going to cross the journey. Let's say the last 20 years. Pick the last 20 years. How many players do you think have been hurt in the game of footy?
Badly hurt. Badly hurt.
I mean, compared to any other game, if you talk the NFL, we can see it in soccer. You can pick any game where athletes get injured.
Yeah.
Any team sport, they get injured.
Yeah. The Motlop bump. Richmond. When he bumped the fella, the giant. Now, that's a bump. And a clean bump. And a shepherd bump. Didn't touch his head. Got reported and missed a game.
Yeah.
And misses a game.
I understand the reason protecting the head, the concussion and all the stuff that's coming in.
Don't mind it.
But the way it's going, the bump's going to be out.
Well, the bump is out.
That's what I'm saying. If you were coaching now, you'd have to tell your players, don't bump.
Well, that's what they're doing.
Have to tackle.
That's what they're doing. And yet it's a natural instinct. It's an instinct in the game. See, the Aussie rules is that sort of game. It's an instinctive game. It is a, the poor old Sydney guy who got done for the front-on hit on one of the players had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yes.
Yet he ran into the bloke, and the other bloke ran into him. He missed a game.
Hey, mate, while you're in such a good mood, can you tell me what your thoughts were of the Port Geelong game on the weekend when one of the Port greats says their effort was pretty poor?
Couldn't agree with him more.
So where do you go with that as a coach? Where do you go with that as a coach when you say our effort? Across the board, we were beaten in every effort area. There's no reason.
No, look, mate, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I did say the same thing to somebody yesterday. That, you've got a couple of minutes to go, and I'm not going to single out any play, but it's not hard to do. You've got 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Kicking against the breeze, you're going against the breeze. One of your forwards, who's a very high salary, whatever, has got 35 metres out, straight in front, to put you 2 points down.
Yep.
Momentum.
Yep.
And you had momentum.
Yep.
You hit the point post on the full. Geelong get it. In that 2.5 minutes, they kicked 3 goals before the siren went. Game over. Now, you tell me. It wasn't only that. I'm not blaming the player who did that, but there were a couple of efforts from our forwards that were soft. And they were soft. They were not Port Adelaide.
All right.
That'll do me. Port Adelaide.
I'm glad you're not emotive about it. It's been an easy closing to the show, mate. I keep moving away for fear.
Port Adelaide people know. Port Adelaide people know. They go to the game and they know. If you don't put in 100%, they are all over you.
All right, you need to take that down on the weekend, have a chat with the boys, mate. We need to get out of here because it's time for us to go. I hope you've enjoyed the show, everybody. We'll look forward to your company next week. Bye for now.